What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Well, the wait is over. Tommy Fury hands Jake Paul his first loss, and I want to give it up to both of them for stepping in there and basically giving it they all. You know what I'm saying? I want to say both fighters fought a good fight, but Tommy Fury came out the better man. I want to say that he literally took control of this fight, landing way more shots, landing way more power shots. Jake only landed 49 shots total. Tommy literally almost doubled this man in punches being thrown. So I want to say this is the first time that you can say Jake has actually gotten outboxed. That's what he was saying going into this fight. Like, I'm gonna outbox him. I'm gonna show him that I'm a real boxer. No, Tommy is the real boxer in this fight. And the thing watching this fight, like with me, that I didn't like, Jake was ducking. You know, yeah, he making jokes about Tommy ducking this, ducking that, but in a real fight, my man, you was ducking, bro. And Tommy took just control of the whole fight. I want to say the whole time. Let's talk about the alleged knockout that happened, knockdown that happened. Tommy actually slipped, and that didn't even.
Jake Paul went forward.
Right, and that's the thing in boxing. It's all about how many shots actually land. You could throw the nicest jab, but is that actually connecting and doing damage? And I feel like with a lot of the shots that Tommy was throwing was doing damage. You know, like, yeah, he didn't have a knock down or whatever that everybody want to say that he slipped on, but all of his punches did damage.
He ate a couple of right hands. Tommy Fury with 4 right hands over the course of a 15-second period. Right, Tommy was out of the way, and then he caught Jake Paul with the right of his own.
And for a person that never went 8 rounds, Tommy looked really good. He did not look tired. Jake seemed like he was tired. Watching all his fights, he didn't look himself, though.
From both of them. He get it from both of them. No?
It was only to Jake Paul.
Right, that was the point. They both got a deducted a point.
One more round to go. There is a cut outside of the left eye of Tommy Fury. Logan Paul and the entire Paul family. Tense moments. Logan Paul hasn't
All right,
sat
so they
down.
both got a deduction on that.
Blood streaming outside the left eye of Tommy Fury.
And then when I saw this, I was like, see, this is the same thing that happened with Anderson Silva. But the thing with Anderson Silva is when he took that knee, and Tommy got right back up once he got knocked down or he slipped. He got right back up, popped right back up like nothing happened. The thing with Anderson Silva is Anderson, when he got knocked out in the last round, he stood there and took a knee. And it took him a minute to get back up. He didn't bounce right back up as quick as Tommy did. Tommy wanted it, man. You could tell he was fighting for his family. He was going to get seriously left in Abu Dhabi, wherever they at right now. He was seriously fighting for his life right now. Fighting for everything, you know. So he definitely had more to lose than Jake. Because Jake still, they talking about doing a rematch. Okay, I want to see that rematch. Because this shown like you going up against a real boxer, not a retired old man. Or no disrespect to any of those UFC fighters, but you going up against an old man that's retired in a different sport that's trying something new for the first time. So you just beat 6 other people that trying a new sport for the first time. So this is his first true test that he actually went up against a real boxer, and this what happened. You went to the scorecards, and this what happened. So man, because he was not going home, man. But Jake didn't look like himself though. Like he didn't look as confident as in previous fights, like as he did. So I don't know. It's just I've seen Jake fight better, and he wasn't really looking like himself. So, but let's hear his thoughts on the fight. Let's see what he thinks.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for him again. An amazing performance, an amazing build-up to the fight. Jake Paul, the problem child. Jake, let's jump right into it. Thoughts on the fight?
Good fight, good war. You know, tough kid. I didn't have my best performance. All fair play to Tommy. He won fair and square. And that's boxing, man. You got to take it on the chin. But it was good. Some good moments in there. I just really couldn't get my game plan working. But
Right, like, I feel like he was trying to find his way throughout the fight. He didn't really get as comfortable as we seen in previous fights. That's what I felt like. Tommy was just all over him the whole time, man.
But hey, man, this is what the sport's all about. You win some in glorious fashion, and you lose some. And like I said out there, judge me about my losses because I'll be back.
Good for you. Was there any point in the fight that surprised you? Was he stronger than you thought, faster than you thought, more durable than you thought?
No, man. I think he was just really well prepared, and I think it was more so a reflection of my own performance versus him being, super outstanding. I couldn't get my momentum going like I wanted to.
And then another thing is, man, I feel like Jake really overlooked this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really thought that he was going to win. I even thought that it was going to be a knockout in 5 rounds. But I feel like Jake seriously overlooked him. And you planning all these other fights, planning this, doing that, that's disrespectful, bro. You know what I'm saying? So now look at this. Like, you literally got to eat this L up. Probably got to send all that money back because you're going to want a rematch after this. I'm sure you're not just going to take that L and move on and go fight KSI or Conor McGregor. That's what was total the rumor yesterday. He did a live stream or something like that. But now you got to backtrack. That's disrespectful to this person that you already planning ahead, like overlooking him. So I feel like Jake really overlooked Tommy in this fight. And you see what happened.
And I just felt
he came in very prepared. He came in ready.
He felt flat out there. How about talking about his strength? That was a big, factor that a lot of people thought about. Of course, they saw his build and how he looked. Was he stronger than you anticipated?
No. I think he was exactly the fighter that I expected him to be. I think his combinations were the thing that were a bit more impressive.
Yeah. He was
but more so again, like it was a reflection of my own performance and me just not fighting the way I know I can.
Before we take questions from the media, can I ask what the game plan was going into the fight?
Yeah, look at just pressure, come forward, stick it on him, keep the combinations going, fake coming in, work to the body. Throw my 1-2s, don't stop jabbing. Sharp on the defense. We knew his jab was going to be long and fast. Taking away the jab, getting him, coming in with the check hook, which started to work.
Here's one thing you need to do before you buy anything online.
Keeping that head down, man.
Until you watch this first.
Gotta keep that head up, Jake.
You landed that right hand a couple of times. Were you surprised that it didn't phase him or didn't hurt him as much as you thought it might?
Yeah, he was eating them Jake famous right hand up. You gotta give it to Tommy on that. Tommy was eating them right hands up, man.
I didn't really land it flush. man.
Okay,
And
yeah.
I think that was part of the reason it was tough for me to get my best shots going. Just me setting them up.
Because for one, he was on defense the whole time. He couldn't really get into that rhythm because you focusing on playing defense.
I don't know what it was, but I just didn't have that
had your head down the whole
energy.
Time. That's the thing.
So I guess that happens. That happens. And I felt like this in the first Tyron Woodley fight when we went all 8 rounds. I just felt kind of flat. But that obviously that fight I just was able to pull it off. But it happens in the sport sometimes in these big moments, I guess.
Let me pivot a little bit and just ask you about your experience here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia fighting in Diriyah. How was the experience all around?
Man, it's been great. It's been wonderful. Everyone here is so nice. Just had an amazing fight week. Everyone's super welcoming. So I love it here, man. And they even brought me food waiting in the locker room. I've been waiting to eat some food. So yeah, the people here are amazing, and it's been good, man. Maybe we do the rematch right back here.
Well, on behalf of Skill Challenge Entertainment Enterprise, I want you to know that how much we appreciated having you, hosting you, promoting the fight, working with your business partner, co-founder of MVP Promotions, Nikisa Badarian. You guys were great to work with. It was a very easy fight to put together. We did not have, even though we thought it might be problematic dealing with the problem child, it was a great experience in doing it, and we look forward to many more ventures in the future. Nikisa, how would you rate the evening? The fight, the build-up, just overall performance?
Look, this was a journey that started 2.5 years ago, and we just pulled off one of the biggest events.
Let's hear Tommy's thoughts. I don't need to hit a manager. I don't care what they got to say. All right, let's check. Courtesy of Fight Hub TV. Shout out Fight Hub TV.
Congratulations on the win.
For the video.
We were talking to Jake when he was here earlier about how exciting of a fight it was, and how you guys with under 10 fights, really in the beginning stages of your careers, have so much pressure on you built up to these main event fights. But let's go back. Tell me a little bit about the fight. How'd you feel during it? Outcome, just a whole recap of the fight itself.
Yeah, the fight was amazing. It was a really good fight, really enjoyable. Solid 8 rounds in the bank. Jake was a tough kid. He took a lot of good shots, and he was still there, so credit to himself. He didn't have to take this fight. He could have fought anybody he wanted to. A lot of easier challenges, but he wanted to test himself, so I can respect that.
Was there any part of the fight that surprised you? Any fight of the fighter and Jake Paul that surprised you?
No, not really. I mean, at the end of the day, he was very similar to what I watched on tape. He didn't really do a lot, but it was everything. Don't forget, I'm only 23 years old. The weight of the world on my shoulders tonight. My missus gave birth 3 weeks ago. There's a hell of a lot going on, and I'm just happy that I came out here with my team, my dad, everybody else, and I'm leaving with a win, we're leaving with a belt, and it's just the best feeling in the world, because over the past 2.5 years, this is all that's consumed my life. Walking out in public, you backed out of 2 fights. You're scared of Jake Paul. You're not a real fighter. Tonight, I showed everybody that I ain't scared of no one.
And I seriously didn't see this coming, though. Like, I'm just still amazed. Like, you never know what could happen in boxing, man. You really never know what could happen. But I'm sure that their corner, they're not surprised. They do this, man.
Can cut it at the big dance.
My follow-up question was exactly what you said, is this fight has been following you around, and you and I had some conversations privately where you said, listen, everywhere I go, the question is, when are you fighting Jake Paul? When are you fighting Jake Paul? When are you fighting Jake Paul? And that really has consumed your career and everywhere that you go. Do you feel that weight lifted off your shoulders?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. What can they say now? Me and Jake Paul fought in the ring, and I came out the winner. I landed clear, great shots, quality shots. He threw a lot of shots, but he also missed a lot of shots. I believe that when I watch the fight back, you'll be able to see the gulf in class. But listen, take nothing away from Jake Paul. He's a good game lad, and I'm pretty sure if you get it on again in the future, I'll be able to stop him. I feel like in the fight, if I'd have pressed him a little bit more, I could have got him out of there. But at the end of the day, what more can you ask for? Thank you, Lord, amen, for giving me the victory tonight. And the next match, it'll be a great fight again.
Amen. So you're insinuating it. Jake was insinuating. He said that you guys had a talk in the locker room. Yeah. Would you like to run this one back?
Oh, 100%. 100%. At the end of the day, this was my first main event. Like I said before, the world was watching this fight. I have that experience behind me now. So when I go into another big dance like this, I'll have this behind me, and I'll know how to cope with it. And having been in the ring with Jake once, I'm pretty sure I can get the stoppage next time.
John, congratulations once again on the fight.
Thank you.
What was your assessment overall on your son's performance?
Well, it's like he said, everything you can do in sparring, when you're doing it under them lights, it's a big difference. And Jake Paul's a lot better than I thought he was, to be honest with you. And by the way, he has the right to say he's a professional boxer, because he impressed the hell out of me. Because, he took great shots, he gave great shots, and they saved up a lot.
He just got a certified stamp. He's a professional boxer from John Fury, man. Can't get much better than that.
Better fight than some
He already
British
got
champions,
Mike
European
Tyson
champions,
behind him, so
and high-level boxers.
there you go.
But don't forget the raw novices. This kid's at an exhibition in 14 months, and he's been to hell and back. He said he's going to have to stay in Saudi, change your name everywhere he went to. You're scared of Jake Paul, this and that. And I just had to keep him. It was hard work keeping him focused with it all. And I said, look, there's moments in time, and that moment has come in the desert. So I said, you're either going to step up to the plate or succumb. He said, Dad, I will never do that. He said, I will make you proud whatever I do. And that's what he did. Made his father very, very proud. And you know what? Jake Paul's family can be equally as proud of him because he showed determination, grit and steel. They both wanted it, the win that bad. And you know, where better to happen in this great country, in this desert country, Saudi Arabia. I love Saudi. Big up Saudi Arabia.
Tommy, before we turn the questions over to the media, I wanted to piggyback